When is peak cherry blossom bloom at the DC Tidal Basin? If you are curious about when to catch the stunning cherry blossoms at the Tidal Basin in Washington, D.C., you are in for a treat. The peak bloom of these beautiful trees typically occurs between the last week of March and the first week of April. But what does that really mean? The National Park Service defines peak bloom as the day when about 70% of the Yoshino cherry tree's blossoms are open. On average, this peak bloom date falls around April 3rd. However, it is important to note that this date can change each year. Weather plays a big role in determining when the blossoms will bloom. Warmer temperatures can lead to an earlier bloom, while cooler weather can delay it. The Yoshino cherry trees, which are the most common variety found around the Tidal Basin, bloom over several days. The peak bloom period usually lasts about 4 to 7 days. Under the right conditions, the blossoms can remain visible for up to 2 weeks. However, predicting the exact date of peak bloom more than 10 days in advance is quite difficult due to the variability in weather. Historically, since the National Park Service started tracking bloom dates in 1921, the peak bloom has shifted earlier by about 8 days. This change reflects the impact of climate patterns. In recent years, peak bloom has occurred as early as mid-March or as late as early April. The annual National Cherry Blossom Festival is scheduled around this time to celebrate the blossoms. This festival has expanded in length to accommodate the changing bloom timing. Visitors flock to the Tidal Basin during peak bloom to enjoy a breathtaking display of white and pink flowers surrounding the water, with stunning views near iconic monuments and memorials. If you plan to visit the Tidal Basin to see the cherry blossoms at their peak, aim for the last week of March through the first week of April. The exact timing is announced each year by the National Park Service based on the blooming progress of the Yoshino cherry trees. Remember to enjoy the blossoms responsibly by not picking the flowers, as they are protected. So, mark your calendars and get ready for a beautiful experience at the Tidal Basin.